Hey friends, so I'm here with Paul Curtin, Mr. Hench Herbivore himself.
Hello.
Plant-based gains. The other day when I texted you and I said, you know, what's your kind of food? You'd let me know, no oils, all kind of whole food, plant-based, and that's
as it comes from nature, you know.
So you're a personal trainer and a nutritionist, yeah?
Yeah.
And how do you go about that? How do you kind of talk people into living a healthy, happy lifestyle?
I don't really try to bend people's arms. I just lead by example.
Yep.
And I show that for one, you can grow muscle on a vegan diet, and not only that, but you can do it with just whole foods and not with just soy processed, like we were talking about earlier, like the chunks and like all these little artificial things. And I think people see me thriving and they just think I want some of that. Just leading by example, man.
Mate. That's a really great philosophy to have in a lot of areas of life, really. What made you find a plant-based lifestyle?
I always ate for like performance, like whatever I thought was the best for health and for, you know, being in the gym, making those gains. And like most people, I thought we have to eat meat for protein, milk for calcium, fish for omega-3. And then my partner Gemma, she started looking at nutrition for health. And she didn't reverse her autoimmune thyroid disease, but she got probably 90% better off the back of just eating fruits and vegetables and no animal products, no refined rubbish. And I saw her thriving, and I saw the data on the more animal products we eat, the quicker we get cancer, heart disease. And I thought, wow, I eat more animal products than anyone I know. What the hell am I doing to myself, you know? And I saw that this vegan thing works because she was so well.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was really interesting the way you put it across earlier in your analogy. You kind of said, people say that we should have a little bit of everything, but that means you're going to get yourself a proportion of your heart disease and
everything in moderation. Well, you're going to get a moderate amount of these diseases that typically people suffer and die from in the West. Not like 75% of the reason people die in this country is really down to what they're putting in their mouths and what they're not putting in their mouths. You know, it's a choice. What's
your approach then when someone comes to you and wants, you know, personal training advice and dietary advice? What's your approach? How do you approach that?
I just basically say, well, this is the way I do it with the whole plant foods. You know, people eat animal products, people eat processed stuff, and you know, vegans are still the #1 killer of vegans is heart disease. So really, something's wrong there, and I think it is like the oils and stuff. You know, so I just show him like it's just daft to do it any other way, and I'm not happy to prescribe someone a diet that I don't believe in. You know, I couldn't just take someone's money. You know, at one point I was not a vegan PT, then I went vegan, and then initially I was doing plans involving chicken and stuff for people, but obviously over time, first I went for health, but then the ethics came in, and over time I just could not in good consciousness take people's money and tell them to eat bits of animals. You know, I just couldn't do it anymore. I train vegans and non-vegans, but I only advise on a vegan diet.
It's a really good way to do it, to be honest, because I talk a lot about, and people probably get sick of me saying it, but about not burning bridges. So it's really easy, and we spoke about this earlier, about being our own little echo chambers sometimes, and sometimes you don't really want any negative influence or to be affected by
it gets hard to keep seeing it, and it gets hard for us, but you know, those poor animals, and we used to eat those animals, so I think we have a duty to, you know, try and affect that change. So I think we can put ourselves through it a little bit, can't we, and still be in that non-vegan world. Your
YouTube channel, I mean, I've seen that go from strength to strength, and it's you know, great really to show anyone what they can do on a vegan diet. What kind of videos do you normally make to tell the people on here? Normally
it's kind of like vloggy stuff. It's a lot of what I eat, because that's the biggest thing. Like people say, where do you get your protein and etc. So I'm showing what I'm eating. I'm showing in the gym, smashing it. I do a good range of things really. Like to keep a broad scope, but it's interesting. The ones I don't enjoy so much, like a shopping haul, like, you know, what you can get in Tesco's and whatever. People seem to love the old shopping hauls, but for me that's the most boring video I can make, because it's just me doing my damn shopping, you know. Yeah, it's interesting because what's so everyday to you though, a lot of people don't know how to do it, and don't I guess they can relate to that, like, oh, that's the store I go to, now I can see what to buy, so I suppose. But anything I can do to help advance the cause, you know, I'm going to do it. Yeah. Today, just to let you know what I'm making, okay, because you wanted to go whole excited food, and I'm excited for that as well, getting all that, you know, tasty goodness in a side, like what nature wanted. I'm going to make you a bolognase,
we're going to use a bean-based pasta, and we're also going to use mushroom as our kind of mince replacement.
I love mushrooms.
So a ton of mushrooms in there. We've got celery, carrots, onions and garlic. It's going to be super tasty.
Nice, man.
And really, really good for us, which is that's what we want, right?
So those mushrooms.
Yeah.
Do you know your cells have those little mitochondria, like the little power, the little motors of our cells?
Yeah.
Like little runners. So mushrooms have the most ergothioneine, which is a nutrient. It's an intramitochondrial antioxidant. It means it gets inside those little motors and does oxidative stress.
Okay.
Now the mitochondrial theory of aging says as oxidation occurs in those little powerhouses, they die out over time. We also die out. But these get inside there, undo the oxidative stress, and theoretically we should live longer.
Okay.
100 times the ergothioneine of any other food. So daily I make it a mission to get some mushrooms in there.
Get some mushrooms inside you.
Hell yeah.
So do you want to tell people where we are today and some of the plans of the place?
Yeah, so this is my home currently. It's called the Big V Guesthouse. It's Norwich's first vegan guest house. It's got several rooms. Jem and myself are permanent residents, so we live here, and then there's the girls who run it, and yeah, it's like an Airbnb type deal, but also we're just starting to do wellness retreats.
Okay.
So the end of the month, I think it's 28th and 29th, the Saturday and Sunday, people can come and stay, and I'll be giving a talk on whole foods plant-based nutrition with a Q&A. The girls are great cooks. They're going to show people how to put that into practice, much like you're doing today. There's going to be meditation, yoga, nature walks. We went for a walk today, didn't we? We're backed onto a huge woods and lake. There's even a horse sanctuary just a stone's throw, and we're really, really blessed. Massage, multiple things going on, so you can take your choice. What do you want to do? Basically wellness and relaxation. £110 for the whole weekend, all in. All your meals, stay over the Saturday night. If it goes well, we'll probably do it probably more or less monthly or something. Yeah. So I think that's a great way for people who want to, maybe like people who are vegan now, or maybe people who are looking to go vegan and want to immerse themselves with a vegan community and have all the support. Yeah,
because as we said earlier, you know, I think we're incredibly fortunate to have so many amazing people around us that live in a plant-based lifestyle.
Yes.
But as we speak to so many people online, we find a lot of people on, and it can be difficult and quite disheartening to be around, you know, a lot of people who don't believe in the way you live in your life and kind of have a lot of questions to ask. So I think that's a great thing to offer to people, a nice little retreat. And is the meditation side of things something that you practice yourself?
Yeah, not as much as I should do. For a while I got right into it, and you know, we've been talking, haven't we, and how I wasn't a fan of video or radio or public speaking. I was terrified of all that stuff, but I recognised that people look up to me for having a physique and for being vegan, and I feel like I owe it to the animals to stand up for them. So I've put myself out there. And the meditation, actually, I got right into that at first, and it really helped me. I was due to speak at a vegetarian restaurant.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about it, and it would bring me anxiety, my heart would race. And I got into meditation, and an app called Headspace.
Oh, great
Probably heard of it. Yeah. And I did the anxiety pack, and it taught me to know if I got a feeling or a thought and what it was. And over time you then know was it positive, negative, neutral. So I'm meditating, I'm thinking, oh, I've got this talk coming up, my heart started to race, so I noted feeling, and then I noted positive, negative, and I said positive, I'm now going to have the chance to turn some vegetarians vegan, and I labelled that heart race as excitement rather than fear, and that got me through my first talk. And since then, you know, I'm starting to get the hang of it now, and I'm at all the veg fests and the campouts, and I'm actually really enjoying it. It's weird, the thing that you used to fear, you then start to enjoy.
It's a really interesting way of putting it, because something I talk about quite a lot is self-auditing. So many people live their life completely blinkered, and they never take a step back and go, wait, all the stuff I might be pouring my energy into, is it good for me and healthy for me? And is the direction I'm going the direction I want to be going? Is it a destination that I want to end up in?
Yes.
And the other thing is, people don't really, they're not often mindful enough to know why they're doing the things they're doing, how that makes them feel. We don't ask ourselves what their emotions are. And similar to what we spoke about earlier, you know, people can be supplement their lives with a lot of things and keep adding things in, but never taking a step back and go, wait, am I adding all this stuff in to try and get level, or do I need to remove a load of stuff and maybe I'll feel better that way? So that whole foods, plant-based, you know, is a really good way of kind of doing that and taking it back to basics, resetting.
Bang on. I like
So where are you going to be next if we can come and see you talk?
Bristol Veg Fest, May 26th and 27th at that new stadium. That looks very exciting.
And how do you base most of your talks? So
I'll just keep trotting out the same old one, to be honest. I'll call it plant-based gains, and I'm just speaking about how not only is a vegan diet viable for athletes, actually it's optimal. Here's a load of science, here's a load of vegan, world-class strength athletes and record holders. And I'll go into the nutrition as well, also in terms of optimal health. It's just win-win, like there's no downsides, you know.
Longevity and optimum performance.
You can have it all. You can have it all.
Right, mate, I'm just about to add the passata to this. I'm going to give it a little sniff. So you got some nice basil. That's it, nice bit of
Did I see you put some black pepper in?
And some black pepper, that's it. Nice bit of seasoning. We're going to keep the salt out of it. Keep our salt nice and low. We were talking earlier about some ingredients in the way we kind of look at, you know, like a micro level, and then you kind of zoom out and look at the macro level. What kind of ingredients are interesting in that respect?
Garlic, interestingly, apparently has a compound which is mutagenic. It damages our DNA, which should lead to elevated cancer. However, it's probably the least and most anti-cancer produce there is. So, people need to really step back and look at the big picture, not just focus on one little aspect of something. You know?
Right, dishing this up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's smelling beautiful. So, as I said earlier, we've got a mushroom-based bolognese here. So the mushroom is replacing where we'd normally have mint. I've not gone for any kind of soy mince or anything like that today. Bit of nutritional yeast in there, and then tons of vegetables. So we've got celery in there, we've got carrots, onions, black pepper, and some basil. Really, really easy. Should be super tasty, mate.
It looks good.
Let's grab you a fork and then see what you think of this bad boy.
Oh yeah.
There you go, mate.
Been looking forward to this. Oh, that's the stuff, isn't it? Yeah, man.
Yeah?
God damn! We'll have some of this.
That's it, mate. Well, it's really nice to kind of be able to try and make some meals that are not only tasty, because you know taste is one of the main things I focus on.
Yeah, man.
But also, that are going to give you give you some help on the journey to optimum health.
And some more gains.
Some more gains, baby. Check Paul Hench Herbivore out on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and check some of them vlogs out, and just the daily inspiration that you bring, mate, by being a big plant-based beast.
Ah, you king.
Thank you very much for watching. Be nice to each other, and goodbye.